Yeah, Sean Mendek here calling Congregation Sirio. Ring, 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 ring.
Congregation Sirio, this is Liz.
Hey, Liz, I'm the group accounts coordinator with the Windy City Bulls basketball team. My name is Sean Mendek. Was looking to get in touch with somebody over there at your congregation who would handle different outing opportunities.
Yeah, what do you mean?
We work with a variety of local churches over here, whether that be the entire congregation or a youth group or, a small group within that might do, different fundraisers or family nights throughout the year. Anyone over there that would be in charge of any of those groups?
Yeah, let me patch you through to Michael. He's our youth minister. Not sure if he's in the office today, but I'll put you through.
Yeah, hey, appreciate the help.
Congregation Sirio, this is Michael.
Hey, Michael, this is Sean over at the Windy City Bulls basketball team. Just got off the phone with Becky, and she had mentioned that you would be the right person to speak with over there at Congregation Sirio about some group outing opportunities. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. What do you guys?
Yeah, and how familiar are you with the Windy City Bulls? Have you heard of our team before?
Yeah, I know. I've definitely heard of you guys. I'm a big time Bulls fan. So
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Have you made it out to a game?
No, never made it out to a game yet. I'm a little far away, real busy right now with the youth group over here. So haven't been able to make it out, but definitely
Understandable.
Definitely want to. I want to bring my girlfriend over there.
Yeah, hey, well, we'll have to get you out here this season, but I know you just mentioned you're, super busy with your schedule over there, and that's really my reason to call is to kind of pick your brain a little bit about your youth ministries program and see what things you guys have going on and if we might have any fits over here for our upcoming season.
Yeah. So I mean, we don't do much with the youth over here. We've tried to do a couple things in the past and they've fallen through. We've tried to go to the museum. We've tried to go to the Morton Arboretum to see the trolls over there. We have.
Oh, no, I was actually out there this past weekend with my girlfriend.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. How was it? Because like I said, we haven't been able to get out there.
You got to get out there, Michael. That was a blast going through there. It's quite a hike, though. Let me tell you.
Well, good to hear. I need it right now. I need it. But yeah, like I said, a couple things that we tried to do in the past have fallen through, but definitely looking to get at least one fun thing in the books here for this year. Just to keep the kids around, keep them happy, and
Right.
kind of get more, kind of grow the group a little bit. With word of mouth. If they find out we're doing something fun.
Right, yeah. So you're looking to grow the program. What, if you don't mind me asking, what's the current size of your youth ministries?
Yeah, so right now we have about 25 kids in the youth group over here. Looking to grow that. I just took over this position 2 years ago, so I grew it. It was 15 last year. We're up to 25 this year. So looking to keep the growth for next season and just spread the word of the Lord.
Hey, that's exciting. No, congrats on that, growth. That's always good to see. And with those other events, I know you mentioned like the museum as well. With you saying those fell through, do you think there's any particular reasons, why you've had a turnout like that, or?
Yeah, I think it was just funding issues. I had to bring the ideas to my board over here, and they just weren't seeing the benefit of it at all. So it was just that and
Right. So
funding issues.
does that funding, when you guys are doing these events, so does that come through the church, or is that like, are you guys including family members in the outings where the families would be paying, or?
Yeah, no, we do. We in the past before I took over, they were sending permission slips home, kind of like a school, to the parents. Asking for a monetary value. To go on the trips. So that is really lesser of an issue than just getting it past the board and kind of proving to them that it is something that would be beneficial and faith based as well.
Hey, understandable. Now, with that board, I guess, what is some of, pairing up with your youth ministries program? What are some of those goals you guys are trying to accomplish with outings? I know you said funding is definitely an area that is lacking. Is that one of your main goals, or could you kind of elaborate on that?
Definitely, yeah, definitely funding. So, we have done some small fundraisers here and there with, local restaurants where, if you go to the restaurant, a portion of that a portion of the proceeds would come back to us. So we have done a couple of those in the past. They haven't generated too much, but yeah, another one of our goals is just to get the kids out in the world and show them that there are other areas that you can find your faith in, and get them out and constantly learning about the word of the Lord.
Right. Now tell me a little bit more about that. You said that you guys have worked with some restaurants doing fundraising. What does that typically look like? And if you don't mind me asking, what do you normally draw from an event like that?
Yeah, so we usually put the flyer around our congregation on the bulletin boards, just saying on a certain date go to Denny's or go to IHOP or whichever restaurant we are working with that for that period of time, and go to that restaurant, purchase food, and a portion of the proceeds will come back to us. As I mentioned, the proceeds haven't been great, so the response obviously has not been great. We do have a little bit of an older congregation aside from the youth group, so I think that is a bit of an issue, because we don't get the word out to many people outside of the church. It's mostly just individuals in the congregation who come through on days of the week when we have church, and you even take a look at the bulletin boards. I don't even know how many of them actually know that we do this type of thing.
No, hey, totally understandable. That's that's definitely a common factor for some churches in the area. But with that, hey, age is just a number. We got a fun product over here that really anybody can enjoy. And now, when you guys are doing these events, the few that you've done, is there a time of year that you're looking to normally host those? And with that, when do you start your planning process?
Yeah. So when does your season run?
Our season runs from November till March, typically.
Okay. Yeah, so that works better usually in the summer months. We try to get the kids outside, just around the church, doing standing outside of local shops and doing the loaves and fishes, food drives and everything. So we're more outside than inside in the summer, but we do plan our winter events over the summer and vice versa.
Yeah, that's perfect. Right now is the time where we're planning for our season and really getting the ball rolling on these events. But with that, then from that November to March, is it I know you said you're pretty free. Is there a month that might work better than others, or is it pretty open?
Yeah, no, it's fairly open. Obviously, around the holidays, everybody is busy, so try to stay away. We try to stay away from doing anything those months, as we are very into family and fellowship. So we like to have our students be with their families for the holidays. So Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, things like that.
Right. No, yeah, that's totally understandable, and that's how it should be there. But with your goals, just trying to align some options we have over here. I know you mentioned funding, very important. So with these events, I'm guessing that the families would be in charge of purchasing, their spot to the event, correct?
Yeah, no, definitely the parents. I mean, the children are, ages ranging from 6 to 13. So I could imagine that a select few of them may be funding their own way, but most of it is being funded by the parents.
Right. No, totally understandable. That is, it sounds like you guys got a good thing going on over there. And when you're doing these events, as far as, decision making process, does that have to go through a committee at all, or is that something where, hey, you find an event you're looking to do, you're able to run with it?
Yeah, so anything with the youth group, I can plan it. I can try to plan it, but as I mentioned earlier, it all goes to the board at the end of the day. There's a committee. They meet once a month and go through the various comings and goings of the church. So I do ultimately have to submit it to them. Like I said, if it is faith-based and they see the value in it, then they will definitely, have more leeway toward that rather than some of the things we were doing, like going to the theater or going to the arboretum, are things that, they just, I guess, did not see the value in religiously.
Hey, totally understandable, and that's a big thing over here is we're happy to work with each group in a unique fashion to hopefully match up with their goals the best we can. And with that, I know big thing is funding and having some sort of faith-based tie-in. So based off some of the things that you're telling me and chatting about, I think it would be awesome to get you guys out here for our game on actually Saturday, January 25th, one of our priority dates. It's going to be Faith Night focused. So with that, we're still working on programming, but trying to tie down some things where, we're having a lot of local churches out here, and then we're able to tie some of the aspects of the game into, that faith aspect, whether that be, filling the concourse up with different local groups where you're able to go around and meet them and chat, or then, even making that an opportunity for your church to come out and perform during one of our games, whether that be a band or a choir. How does something like that sound?
No, that sounds great. I'd love to get some more information about that. What do you mean about Faith Night? What do you guys kind of offer for that?
Exactly. So, the great thing here, where I'm thinking after, our conversation, the route we would go that might best fit you. So our group pricing starts at $10, goes all the way up to $20. So with that, funding being a big focus of yours, we have the ability to make that game, turn that experience and outing into a fundraiser actually. So every ticket sold at that $20 price, your church or your youth ministries program would be getting $5 back per ticket. So, with that, there is a group minimum. So I know you said you have 25 students in the program. So the group minimum for the fundraiser is going to be 50 tickets to get that kickback. Is that a realistic number you think you'd be able to reach with if we were able to invite, family and friends out as well?
Yeah, I definitely think we could reach 50. That doesn't seem like too much of a good fundraiser. With the money kickback, we're trying to get a little more than we have in the past. So, the ideal goal would be to get well over 50 if we are getting $5 back from every ticket over 50.
Well, Michael, have you thought about opening an event up to your entire congregation by chance, or is that kind of in a different realm?
No, we definitely haven't. I would definitely have to speak with, the choir director and the adult ministries, and the pastor as well, to try to get the word out to the entire congregation. But I think
Right.
it would definitely, be something that they would see the value in, if we can, if I can convince them about the faith aspect of it.
Right, and just bringing that up, that's a big thing we do with a lot of churches that'll come out with, because that fundraising opportunity, once you hit 150 tickets, actually turns to $10. So we'll have churches just bring out their congregation for a fun night out here. Basketball is the backdrop, and they end up raising $1,500 just like that. So definitely a popular option for these groups. Not to mention, every single one of your group members is going to receive a Windy City Bulls unique hat that's valued at $25, and that's another benefit there that we're able to tie in with our groups.
Wow, yeah, $1,500. That's a lot of wine.
Yeah, that's the truth. And I know you mentioned a big thing as well would be having some faith education within there. And as mentioned, we're still working on our programming logistics for that night. But anything in particular where something you'd like to see us do out here, or something that you've seen other teams do maybe that you think could be a good fit for that event?
Yeah, so like I said, we haven't done anything with other sports teams, so it'd definitely be something new and exciting, I believe. Just kind of want to find out what other types of things you may have on the concourse, if it's what other faith-based items, just so I can have some ammunition when I go to the board.
No, yeah, hey, that is totally understandable. And with that, since our season just wrapped up in March, those details will be coming out here as we, kind of plan our promotions and everything. And I can definitely keep you in the loop with that. And as soon as I figure that out, I can let you know. And I'm even happy, I know you mentioned that committee meets once a month. Would be more than happy to swing by to, discuss some of these opportunities.
Oh, no, absolutely. That would be very helpful. It is open to the public as well. So
that would be great.
For individuals who are in the parish who want to see changes in the parish, or even individuals looking to get into the parish, kind of what they have seen in other parishes and kind of want to implement to this.
Well, Michael, hey, when's the next meeting going to be going on? Because what I'm thinking here, with us kind of pinning down these logistics and everything for that faith night event, what I can do is gather up everything and figure out our plans for that, and would be more than happy to swing by the next meeting. That way you and I can talk before it about some possibilities, and then we can kind of bring that up to the committee to see what they think.
Absolutely, yeah. So the next meeting, I believe, is going to be August 11th. That is a Saturday. So it's a Saturday meeting. It starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if that's a little too early for you. I know you're probably not working on Saturdays, but
Hey,
if you'd like to come, you're more than welcome.
I'm happy to make that work. Then, yeah, what I can do is, can I grab a good email from you, Michael? That way I can shoot you over an email here after a conversation that kind of breaks down variety of things we touched base on here today. And then that way we can kind of keep in contact as that meeting approaches. And we should even have our full schedule by then. So, by then we'll have all of our details panned out as far as promotions and what sort of activations we'll have going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So my email is going to be msirios@sirioscongregation.org.
Perfect. Well, yeah, I will go ahead and shoot you over, break down everything we talked about. And I can also get you over a calendar invite for that August 11th meeting with the committee, but we'll, plan to touch base before then to, expand and elaborate on some of these details and, hopefully get the ball rolling for next season.
Absolutely, no, that sounds great, and I think it'll be very helpful to have you in there to help convince the board, to let us go out and do something fun with the kids.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it, Michael.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Yep.
We'll be in touch.
You have a good one. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.